Fortnite's new huge update is absolutely insane, and this season is totally killing it with the collabs. The crazy part is, we're only 2 weeks in, so it's only gonna get better from here. We've already gotten the official announcement on Supergirl and Crypto. Let's start with Supergirl. She'll have 2 styles and a pretty cool emote. As for Crypto, here's something important you can spot in those teasers. The poster with Crypto literally says "Wanted." That's a nod to the fact that he's gone missing in Fortnite. But the good news is the reward is a sidekick, so we could end up getting him for free somehow. This reminds me of what's going on with John Wick's dog. Except in that case you actually need the pass to unlock it. But like I said, this one clearly states we'll be getting a sidekick as the reward. Both Crypto and Supergirl are dropping with this update, and the movie hits theaters June 26th. Even though it's not confirmed yet, we've also got some last-minute rumors about new collabs, starting with one of the best ones, which would be Mega Man. Unfortunately, we don't have much info on this one. We don't even know which version of the character they're gonna use, or when it might drop, but fingers crossed, it's sooner rather than later. Same deal applies to the Cyberpunk series. We already know stuff from the game has made it into Fortnite multiple times, but in this case we still haven't seen anything for the characters from the show. According to the leaks though, they're already working on it. So it should be coming down the line too. And in the thumbnail, you probably noticed I put Spider-Man back up there. I talked about him at previous video, but just a few hours ago we got way more info about the collab with his new movie. The thing is, when I first brought him up, we didn't even know if the collab was happening, but it looks like it's a go, and he's not coming alone. Word is the Punisher is showing up too. As for the designs, items, and all that, it's obviously impossible to know right now since the movie doesn't come out until July. But what I'm sure of is that we already have a lot of Spider-Man in the game, so I'm afraid they might pull the same move they did last year with the Thunderbolts movie, and give us both characters in cel-shaded style, especially since Fortnite's been pumping out a ton of skins in that look this year. So I'm really hoping that's not the case, because I really want the brand new day version of the suit and hope they go with that. But what about you? Do you prefer the pen and ink style or the 3D one? And the cool part about Spider-Man and the Punisher showing up isn't just the skins, we'll probably get collab weapons with them too. When I first talked about Spider-Man, it was because his web shooters had been added back into the game's files to make a return. So in July, we've got that locked in at the very least, and like I said, we could be getting even more collab content. And for these skins, and all the ones I'm mentioning in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you bought them using my creator code the day they hit the shop. It's hands down the best way to support the channel. Moving on to more collabs dropping real soon, we've got Kingdom Hearts, which leaked a while back, and now looks like it's being targeted for August, since it could get announced at the D23 event. This collab is basically confirmed at this point, because we've already got items in Rocket League, they're super incomplete, but the leakers have spotted them in there. The same thing's happening with the Simpsons collab in Reload. Since the start of the season we knew we'd be getting the island in that mode, and in this week's update it looks like it's finally getting added. And like we've seen before, when they launch a new island, we could get some free rewards. In fact, leakers are already saying there's a loading screen you might be able to snag just by playing the mode. And of course, dropping this island is also the perfect excuse to add new Simpsons skins, plus bring the old ones back. We don't have any characters leaked to arrive yet, but like I said, it'd be the obvious move. And this week, we'll probably find out which characters are coming to the game. And this Simpsons collab isn't just rolling in with the Reload Island. This same week, Fortnite announced its Creative Islands at the Unreal event, which I already made a video on. But in this one, I'm gonna quickly run through which collabs got confirmed at that event. Starting with the most important one, which would be Sonic. Unfortunately, it's tied to the racing game, but knowing there's already a car in the game, I want to believe the next step is finally the actual Sonic skin and his crew. As for the rest of the games they showed off, I think they'll each just add a single skin to Fortnite. And this season, unlike others, the strength isn't just the collabs. The Battle Royale content itself is really interesting with the whole Sprites theme and the constant tweaks they're making to the loot to make the game better. On top of that, they buffed the sprites. The Galaxy ones now give more ammo, and the gummy ones give more sprite dust. And to make grabbing these special ones easier, Fortnite bumped up how many sprites show up in chests. Later in the season, when you take out an opponent at the end of the match, you'll get their sprite right away. That one, by the way, isn't dropping in the next update. And speaking of spirits, you already know there's a back bling in the pass where we can show them all off. Right now we can only run it empty, but in the next update, the styles will be unlockable. And if you want to grab every single one of them, keep the power hours in mind. Now for some more random news. On July 5th, there's going to be a 100 streamer tournament with generational rewards. I'm not totally sure what they mean by that, but they'll probably announce it a few days before the tournament, so subscribe to stay in the loop. We've also got changes coming to the Epic Games Store, since your profile is now going to show your level, your achievements, and your favorite games. Plus, the platform's running special deals from June 18th through July 2nd. I'm also expecting a Superman Sprite to drop, since we got him last year, and the Supergirl movie hits theaters on the 26th, right in line with current update. Speaking of upcoming weapons, the bounce pistol is 100% locked in for later this season. We actually caught a glimpse of it in the trailer. It's the one where bullets ricochet off surfaces. That same trailer also showed off a new mechanic for securing a win, and we've seen something similar in older mode. Basically, the bus spawns mid-match, and to clutch the victory, you just have to hijack it and hold your ground for as long as possible while the entire lobby hunts you down. I fully expect this to drop in the first major update this month. But aside from all this news, the real gem of this season is the island itself. Geno and the Voyager managed to reboot the Zero Point, turning the Chapter 7 island into a totally unrecognizable melting pot. It's basically a massive gumbo of locations that the Zero Point yoinked from other dimensions. If you look closely, this current island is a wild mashup of the last 6 chapters, and the overall layout looks like a massive explosion crater. Because of that, our coast isn't golden anymore. It's straight up shattered, which is exactly what the map is called in the game files. In total, we got 13 new, or at least heavily remixed, locations on the island. Take the Sanctuary, for example. It packed its bags and moved from the desert straight to the tropics. Even though a lot of the old buildings got wiped out and the Seven's base is way smaller, the main HQ is still standing. You can't hit the basement anymore, but they gave the outside a facelift and planted a garden, giving it heavy Chapter 3 vibes. The craziest detail here is Jones. After the live event, Legend is in a full-blown coma, just floating in a Bacta tank. You can actually pay your respects to him and bag an easy 10,000 XP. Crazy enough, Geno is chilling right there in his visitor getup. The same guy who put our boy to sleep. Why didn't he finish the job? $1,000,000 question. Wonkyland and the Latte Landing are basically the exact same as last season, just trading the mountain scenery for a crisp, full-weather aesthetic. Think upstate New York in October. You'll definitely recognize the old fishing port, now called Calamari Canyon. It got blasted from a gorgeous oasis straight into a dusty desert. The lighthouse and fish shops are still around, but the vibe is completely dead. All the water dried up, and Fishstick's little restaurant on the edge of town is completely gone, and turned it into a lifeless sandbox. Out of the revamped spots, the wildest one is Sinister Strip. The Dark Voyager absolutely took over this place. His old station got nuked during the event, so now he's just flexing his ego all over the city. Statues, propaganda posters, merch shops. It's like Times Square but dedicated entirely to the cube-headed guy. He even did the Sphere dirty, it looking totally defeated holding a sign that says, "Obey the Voyager." And just to make sure it doesn't act up, the cube guy slapped some giant bomb or mind control helmet on her head. Major yikes. Heading down south to the massive tropical biome, we've got Heatwave Harbor. It feels like Miami, lush palm trees, a couple of high-rises, little shops, and a super clean beach. The spot itself isn't crazy special, but the views are absolutely top tier. The southernmost drop is Cluster Coast. Honestly, these names are wild. This mansion is owned by the ultimate crypto bro hustler of the coast, Cluster Duck. The location is pretty standard, but you can't miss the massive duck-shaped yacht parked outside. You can actually throw a rager on the boat to heal up your squad. My personal favorite out of the new spots has to be Sunken Shores. Dropping here gives me instant Chapter 2. Season 3 flooded island nostalgia. Just getting those retro vibes is enough for me to call it one of the best locations this season. Plus, you get an insane view of the Voyager's wrecked ship still burning out in the ocean. Overall, this tropical bay area is definitely the most polished part of the new map. Moving up north into the autumn forest biome, we hit Golden Grove. Calling it a grove is a stretch. It's literally just one of the Seven's outposts. Why Epic made it a named location is beyond me. But if you're into that cozy pumpkin spice fall aesthetic, you'll love it, especially the giant tree sitting in the middle of the pond. Frosted flats popped up right on the ruins of the Ice King's castle. The place is half frozen, and heavy machinery is actively tearing down the old castle walls. The coolest part is the massive ice cream parlor, which feels like a memorial to the late Ice King. So if you were repping him last season, pull up and pour one out over a vanilla cone. The third biome is the mountains, featuring Battlewood. The town hasn't changed much structurally, but it feels completely different. Maybe because of the Hollywood-style Battlewood sign on the hills, or just the new lighting. The real MVP here is the Geek Haven, Oasis Otaku. It's a total fan service paradise, packed with action figures, comic books, a life-sized Mika statue, and the most adorable Klombo plushies ever. Up in the northern mountains, we have the Lifty Lodge. It looks massive from the air, but it's really just a few scattered cabins. Still, it feels surprisingly alive thanks to the snowy slopes and that bougie Aspen ski resort vibe right in the middle of a tropical island. It also hands down gives you the absolute best panoramic view of the entire map. Out west, in the wastelands, there's Workshop. It's a tiny dirt track where you can grab a ride. That's literally the only reason to drop here, so just grab your wheels and dip. So, what ties all these crazy biomes together? Dead center of the map, right on the ruins of the Voyager's destroyed station, the restored Zero Point is actively pulsing. Its energy threads are spreading across the whole island, connecting all 4 biomes. Plus, there's a vortex that lets you rift out whenever you need to rotate. But Epic wouldn't be epic without packing the map with insane world building and lore details. There's a massive hidden hideout tucked right into the cliffside south of Heatwave Harbor. Whoever owns this place went all out. It's packed with statues, relics from past chapters, and a full-blown server room. My gut says this mysterious collector is going to be a huge player in the storyline later this season, so we need to keep a close eye on this spot. By the way, right next to this hideout, there's a soccer field where a brand new showdown between the bears and the gnomes is kicking off. It's still a mystery whether this storyline is actually going anywhere, but we're definitely keeping tabs on it just in case. Oh, and right next to that field, there's a mountain with a pretty familiar shape. Wait, is that a straight-up Lion King Easter egg? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Also, Epic just wrapped up its biggest event of the year, covering games, their own engine, and of course, Fortnite. And out of everything we saw in this presentation, there's something that's gonna change the game forever. Fortnite skins are gonna be playable in tons of other games, just like a ton of collabs are gonna roll in thanks to the new Unreal Engine 6. Basically, Epic pitched this new idea where developers building their own games will be able to create their own skins. And those skins won't just live in their own universe, they'll be shareable across other games. And obviously Fortnite is one of them. It's pretty similar to what we already have with the Creative Islands, but keep in mind that the games built in Unreal Engine 6 could be made by absolutely massive studios, so the characters from these huge companies are gonna show up in Fortnite. And in the same way, we'll be able to take our Fortnite characters into these big games. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see how it actually shakes out, but right off the bat, this sounds completely insane. They also showed off the Simpsons creative mode that's coming soon, and honestly, it'll probably come with more skins. We've also got confirmation that the Reload map is making a comeback this summer. As for collabs, they confirmed we're getting more than 30 video game related ones for 2026. We'll start with one that's already locked in, and that's Sonic, though this one's tied to the racing game. And considering we already have Sonic's car in Fortnite, I'm hoping the next cosmetic is a skin. K-pop Demon Hunters also got brought up in the presentation, but not to announce a new wave. Just to point out that the full collab, with weapons, trailers, and skins, was pulled together in only 2 months. I wanted to highlight that because it says a lot about how fast Fortnite can drop the collabs that are trending in the moment. Fortnite just kicked off a contest to design our own sprites, and to enter you just have to post your design on social media with the hashtags. 3 winners are going to come out of this, so their characters will get added into Fortnite. And on top of that, each winner is going to get a cash prize. And by the way, if you're going to submit one, good luck landing a spot among the winners. Earlier I told you I'd also talk about the leaked collabs, and those would be Chucky, which will probably come as a sidekick since there are files in the games. Another interesting collab would be with Crunchyroll. And the thing is, this anime streaming app has a creative island inside Fortnite. Going off what I said earlier about Unreal Engine, a new skin would almost be confirmed, but for now it's just a heads up, and I'm not ruling out that we might see this collab in the game down the road. And for all these new things, we obviously have to wait for the upcoming updates, and luckily they're already leaked at this point. The next one would land in 2 weeks, July on the 16th and the 30th, and the last one on August 20th. Keep in mind there are only a few patches, since Epic will be on vacation during this stretch. The upside is we should expect each update to be big. In fact, it's also already been leaked that the Rift anomalies are coming, though those will probably show up at the end of the season. Another new thing we've got is the storm forms, since we'd be getting new ones soon, and one of them would be the duck head or the Sprites form. In this update, we're getting the new Season 9 Battle Pass. Unreal Workshop also showed us how the OG remake is gonna look. As you guys already know, that Season 9 is also bringing new weapons and map changes, but I'm gonna save all of that for a follow-up video. As for Blitz, there's been talk that rivalries could be coming soon, and the Star Wars collab we currently have is gonna wrap up on July 16th. But for sure, the main highlight of the whole month is the new season and its storyline.